Did you know that nearly 70% of college students say they feel stressed about money? Yet most of them never took a single class on how to actually manage it? That is not a coincidence. That is a gap in your education that we are going to fix right now. Welcome back. In the next 10 minutes, you are going to learn exactly what financial literacy means, why it matters more in college than almost anywhere else in your life, and how 5 core concepts can completely change the way you think about money. Whether you are working a part-time job, taking out student loans, or just trying to make your dining hall swipes last until Friday, this video is for you. Let's get into it. Section 1. What is financial literacy and why does it matter? Financial literacy is simply the ability to understand and use financial skills effectively. We are talking about budgeting, saving, borrowing, and making smart decisions with the money you have. It sounds basic, but here is the truth. Most people were never taught this. Not at home, not in high school, and sadly, not always in college either. Think about it this way. You probably learned the quadratic formula. You probably memorized the dates of historical battles. But did anyone sit you down and explain what a credit score is, or how compound interest can either build your wealth or bury you in debt? Probably not. Financial literacy is not about being rich, it is about being in control. When you understand money, you make better decisions. You stress less. You graduate with a plan instead of a panic attack. And here's the thing that surprises most students. The habits you build right now, in college, will follow you for decades. The decisions you make at 19 or 22 are not small. They set the foundation for everything that comes after. So that raises a question. If this is so important, why does nobody teach it? We will come back to that idea. But first, let's talk about where your money actually goes. Section 2. Budgeting, the foundation of everything. A budget is not a punishment. Say that again to yourself. A budget is not a punishment. It is a plan. And you cannot win a game if you do not know the rules or keep score. The most common budgeting method for college students is called the 50/30/20ths rule. Here's how it works. 50% of your income goes to needs, things like rent, food, transportation, and tuition-related expenses. 30% goes to wants, entertainment, eating out, subscriptions, and 20% goes to savings or paying down debt. Now, you might be laughing right now because you are thinking, I am a college student, I barely have income at all. Fair point. The percentages are flexible. What matters is the mindset. You track what comes in, you track what goes out, and you make intentional choices. There are free apps like Mint or YNAB, which stands for You Need a Budget, that make this incredibly easy. You link your accounts, set categories, and the app does most of the work for you. The biggest budgeting mistake students make is not accounting for irregular expenses. You remember your rent and your groceries, but you forget about the textbook that costs $200, or the car repair that wipes out your savings. A good budget includes a small buffer for the unexpected, because life is unpredictable, and that is okay when you plan for it. Now you know how to build a budget. But what happens when you need money you do not have yet? That is where things get interesting, and a little complicated. Section 3. Understanding credit and debt. Credit is borrowed money. Debt is what you owe when you borrow it. These two words make people nervous. But they should not terrify you. They should educate you. Your credit score is a number between 300 and 850 that tells lenders how trustworthy you are with money. The higher your score, the better deals you get on loans, apartments, and even some job applications. Yes, some employers actually check your credit. A score above 700 is generally considered good. Above 750 is excellent. What builds your credit score? Paying bills on time, keeping your credit card balance low relative to your limit, not opening too many new accounts at once, and simply having a longer credit history. Student loans are a major source of debt for college students, and they deserve their own spotlight. Federal student loans usually have lower interest rates and more flexible repayment options than private loans. If you have loans, understand whether they are subsidized or unsubsidized. Subsidized means the government pays the interest while you are in school. Unsubsidized means it is growing even while you are studying. The key lesson here is this: debt is not inherently bad, but ignorant debt is dangerous. Know what you owe, know your interest rate, and have a plan. Here is something to think about before we move on. If credit affects your ability to rent an apartment, get a loan, or even get hired, when do you think the best time to start building good credit habits actually is? Section 4. Saving and the Power of Starting Early. The concept that changes everything is called compound interest. Here is the simple version. When you save money and it earns interest, that interest also starts earning interest. Over time, your money grows on top of itself. Let's say you save just $25 a month, starting at age 20. By the time you are 65, with an average return of 7%, that tiny monthly contribution grows to over $80,000. If you wait until you are 35 to start, you end up with less than $30,000. Same effort, dramatically different outcome. Time is the variable that matters most. Even if you can only save $10 a week right now, do it. Open a savings account. Make it automatic so you do not have to think about it. Treat savings like a bill you pay yourself first. An emergency fund is your first savings goal. Aim for 3 to 6 months of expenses set aside for when life throws something unexpected at you. A medical bill, job loss, or car breakdown. In college, even $500 to $1,000 saved gives you a cushion that changes how you respond to stress. Now, here is what most people get wrong. They think investing is only for wealthy people, but the truth about investing might completely change your perspective. Section 5. Introduction to Investing and Financial Planning. Investing is simply putting your money to work so that it grows over time. And you do not need to be a Wall Street expert to start. Many colleges offer access to retirement accounts or financial planning workshops, and platforms like Fidelity or Vanguard make it easy for beginners to invest small amounts. A great starting point is a Roth IRA, which is a retirement account where you contribute after-tax dollars and your money grows tax-free. You can open one if you have any earned income, even from a part-time job. Financial planning means looking beyond today and making intentional decisions about where you want to be in 5, 10, and 20 years. It means asking, what are my goals? What will they cost? And what steps do I take now to get there? Your financial plan does not need to be complicated. It starts with a budget, adds a savings habit, manages debt responsibly, and eventually includes investing for the future, step by step. That is it. Here is the big takeaway from everything we covered today. Financial literacy is not a talent you are born with. It is a skill you build. And the earlier you start, the more powerful it becomes. You learned what financial literacy actually means and why it matters right now. You learned how to build a real budget. You learned how credit and debt work in your favor when you understand them. You learned why saving even small amounts early makes a massive difference. And you learned that investing is not just for rich people. It is for you, starting today. If this video helped you, do 3 things right now. Hit the like button so more students can find this content. Subscribe, because we cover everything you wish college taught you. And drop a comment below with one financial goal you want to achieve before you graduate. I read every single one. You have got this. See you in the next one.